Kevin, what are our buzzer options?
Touchdown! Minnemuskega!
It's that time of year. High school football calls coming your way tomorrow on Felger and Mazz. A little sample here in 10 questions. Go ahead.
Is that right? Is that what the number is?
Sure is.
That's about who he is.
Yeah, so win a playoff game, bum.
But no tone whatsoever. Murray never has tone.
I don't hear it, no.
Where's the commissioner? Where's Wright Waters? Where's Wright Waters?
All-time classic. Next.
7.
That's Mazz and Murray. Sing harmony. Next.
Last one.
Nuts and bolts, we got screwed.
A line that will live in infamy. Okay, go ahead. Hit it, Kev.
Touchdown! Minnemuskega!
We were just talking about this. Is Mike McDaniel's offense overrated, Greg? Is it a function of just the incredible speed and talent that they have on the outside, or is it a legit offense?
I think it's legit from this perspective. Like, their offensive line stinks, and you largely can't tell because that's how good the scheme is, how many difficulties it presents. Obviously, he needs the right trigger man. It doesn't work with just anybody, but you need a quick decision maker, quick release, ball distributor. Like, they'll be okay.
So I think it's a little overrated, and I'll tell you why. And I felt this way last year. Whenever they go into the playoffs and against physical teams, they can't score. So I feel like it's a finesse offense. It's a smoke and mirrors offense. I'm not telling you it completely sucks. It's got a place. But when it comes time to be physical, the Dolphins can't be physical. They've got to incorporate some physicality.
Overrated function of the roster, all based on Tua's health and ancillary speed. And if it was what it's hyped to be and what he's hyped to be, Mike McDaniel, he would have found a way to scheme up some wins with that fancy offense and Snoop Huntley during that stretch that Tua was out.
It's fun to watch.
Sure.
That I know.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite offenses to watch. I do. I like all the bells and whistles. I like all the movement, all the window dressing. Well, I love it all. And I'm a partial left-handed quarterbacks, like the whole thing. I love watching it. And I think he's legit. I mean, what, Murray, you think they should fire the coach and find someone else?
Oh, not yet, but that's coming.
Okay. So, yes. Next.
I said not yet.
Nuts and bolts, we got screwed.
If Drake Maye becomes Tua Tagovailoa, Greg, should Patriots fans be satisfied, or should they expect more?
No, because he hasn't proven that he can play in the cold or win playoff games. So I'm not satisfied with that.
If he becomes Tua on paper, statistically, yes, you should be satisfied. But my answer is no. He's just, I told you yesterday, your quarterback's got to be a playmaker in this day and age, and I don't think Tua really is.
Yes, only because we're in the slums and the standards have changed.
Again, last 3 years, record 36-22. I tried to do this, Mazz, and now I can't figure out how to do it. I thought I had
67-26, I think, in terms of touchdowns and a rating of about 104.
So, if that's Drake Maye, folks, I would take it. I wouldn't get greedy on that. Next.
7.
Along these same lines. This is actually number 8. If Drake Maye becomes Dak Prescott, Greg, should Patriots fans be satisfied?
No, same reasons. Hasn't proven he can win a playoff game. I'm sorry. I don't care about the regular season. I don't care about your stats in the regular season or your wins. Like, I want a proven playoff guy. Plus, on the Tua thing, he's been in 2 playoff games. One of them he was inactive because he was hurt.
So I'm a yes, because I think that Prescott's a little bit more of a playmaker than Tua is. So my answer on that is yes.
Again, I suppose yes, because the standard has changed. We're in the slums. So, yeah.
Who have his coaches been? This is a rhetorical question.
Yeah,
Jason Garrett and Mike McCarthy.
Right.
I think if you put Dak Prescott, if you gave Dak Prescott to one of the Harbaughs, if you gave Dak Prescott to McVay, Shanahan, if you gave Dak Prescott to one of those guys, to Andy Reid, he would have won a Super Bowl.
I don't know.
I think he's got all the tools. I think he's a victim of the clown show that he's surrounded. He's surrounded by talent, but Dallas is a great example of how it's not even just the talent. You know, not only is not the quarterback, it's not just the talent. It all has to come together. The coaching matters at some point. The organization matters. The structure matters. And I think if Dak Prescott was in the right place, he'd be a big-time winner because I think he's got it all. Next.
7.
There it is. Number 7. Is Saquon Barkley a legit MVP?
He's a candidate. To me, he's not a legitimate MVP because I do think he's, like most running backs, he's a byproduct of what's around him, the Eagles' offensive line, their offense. He's obviously added something to that team. And I would give him Offensive Player of the Year. To me, the MVP to this point is Josh Allen. We thought the Bills were about to burn this year. Stephon Diggs got traded away. You're like, he has even less weapons now, and the Bills are 9-2, already knocked off the Chiefs. Very impressive.
I'd vote for Allen too, but this guy's a legit candidate. He's having an unbelievable year.
He's had 2 ridiculous weeks where he's put up over this 500 combined yards. So I'm a no. Like, he's been great. Offensive Player of the Year, like Greg said. But for me right now, I'm going from Mahomes to Lamar Jackson. Leads the league in QB rating, 25-3 touchdown interception ratio. Leads all quarterbacks in rushing. Right now, he's the back-to-back MVP for me.
Next.
Is that right? Is that what the number is?
Sure is.
That's about who he is.
Yeah, so win a playoff game, bum.
Number 6. I think that was about Tua, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Number 6. The Patriots may be shopping for 2 coordinators this offseason. Who in your mind, Greg, not that they'd get them, but who in your mind is the best coordinator in football currently? And who would you say is the best coordinator of your lifetime? And let's try and leave out coaches that then became head coaches.
Oh, man.
Like,
now you're putting in caveats.
No, go ahead. Answer it however you want.
Okay, so you didn't specify offense or defense, so
right,
I'm going to give you one of each. Ben Johnson and Brian Flores are currently the best coordinators in the NFL at their positions. In my lifetime, and I just go basically since I've been covering the league, Kyle Shanahan and Rex Ryan were the 2 best coordinators on each side of the ball.
So I think the best coordinator in the league is Steve Spagnuolo. I think he's terrific. I think
that's a good one.
I think the best I've ever seen in my lifetime are Spagnuolo or Belichick. And also I'd add Andy Reid. I think Andy Reid is like one of maybe the greatest offensive mind of all time.
Best right now, Ben Johnson, the OC in Detroit. And for me, nostalgia pick, Charlie Weiss. Again, it's just strictly a nostalgia pick, but I loved him at the time, early aughts, and he, along with Brady, made it all work perfectly.
Where was Andy Reid? Where did Andy Reid make his bones as a coordinator?
Green Bay, I thought.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was Green Bay.
I mean, like, you think I would know that. So he was never the offensive coordinator in Green Bay, which is why I didn't know that. I don't think he was ever a coordinator, Mazz.
No, so I know. You know what? This is one thing I didn't. To me, he effectively is as head coach. I know that's sort of a gray area, but I think you're right. I don't think he ever actually.
It wasn't the question, so that's why I purposely wanted to avoid. Okay. But that's okay.
Well, all right, well, too bad.
But he is a great mind. But he was never in that something. He was there with Holmgren in Green Bay. What was Holmgren's last year? Andy Reid's last year, where it was 98. So maybe it crossed over 1 year with. Remember Ray Rhodes?
Yeah.
That 1 year, but. So I don't know if I can't remember what year. My years are getting all mixed up. But Andy Reid has never held an offensive coordinator title. He went right from Green Bay, where he was a quarterback's coach and assistant head coach, to head coach in Philadelphia.
Wasn't that the case with a bunch of other guys there too? Mariucci, Gruden, like it was like
maybe
a hodgepodge of those like big names there.
Between the 49ers and the Packers, they were like the same.
Well, and the Packers, like Holmgren was his offensive coordinator, and then Mike Sherman, that dope, was his own offensive coordinator. It's such enough Packer talk. Go ahead. Next.
Go Pack, go.
Where's the commissioner? Where's Wright Waters? Where's Wright Waters?
Here's a tool bag slot. Jets owner Woody Johnson has retained his former GM Mike Tannenbaum, along with former failed general manager Rick Spielman, to advise on the Jets GM and head coach openings. Question. Can you come up with 2 worse individuals to turn to for guidance on these issues?
No, this is such a Jets thing. I will say,
unbelievable.
The only thing that I feel good about, at least they didn't hire that guy Jed Hughes from Korn Ferry, who is a headhunter for all these teams. All these teams go to this guy. I don't think he ever comes up with anybody good. At least they're doing something different, but Tannenbaum and Spielman, you got to be kidding me.
So your question is 2. Can I add Matt Millen to the list?
Yeah, no, right. So I mean, it's sort of it's not really a question.
No, I know.
You know, the guy living underneath the bridge. You know, outside like that. Who's what? Like Mike Tannenbaum. Do you think Rex Ryan? You mentioned Rex Ryan there before, Greg. Do you want Rex Ryan back in the league? Do you think he deserves a shot?
It's a good question. I don't know how. My question for Rex would be, how much has he stayed up on things? Has he been studying up, or is he just bloviating on TV and just watching like the rest of us?
You know what the latest rumor is? Who they're looking at coach?
No.
Bringing Pete back.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
God, that would be awesome, too. Bring back Pete. That'd be fun.
He flamed out there, too, a million years ago.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
the old quarterback didn't work. Go with the old coach.
Oh, tremendous. The Jets. All right, next.
Nuts and bolts, we got screwed.
All right, Thanksgiving edition here of 10 questions. Give me your favorite holidays, Greg, in order, rank them, and stop when you get to Thanksgiving.
For me, it's Thanksgiving. It's, family, food, and football. I mean, 3 of my favorite things. I love it. I love that it's, normally the weather's not that bad, so you can go outside if you want. I just think Thanksgiving's the best.
4th of July, New Year's Day, Thanksgiving.
New Year's
Day.
Yeah, no commitments.
That's not even really like a real holiday. It's just like
New
a
Year's
day off.
Day.
No,
It's just
no
a
commitments.
day.
No
Yeah.
commitments. No commitments on the 4th of July.
No commitments.
On New Year's Day. Thanksgiving, there's some commitments. I like it's not a holiday if there's a
Apparently,
commitment.
you don't like commitments.
I'm with Greg.
Maybe you don't like your
Thanksgiving's
family.
Thanksgiving's number one. Family, food, football. It's also the perfect holiday to weed out losers. Anyone who has anything bad to say about it, is immediately an insufferable a-hole you wouldn't want to listen to. See also Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie, I was just going to say, Kyrie Irving, who famously said F Thanksgiving.
Right.
Who was F? No, Thanksgiving is number one. It's also 4 days. Thanksgiving,
Yeah, right.
New Year, or I'm sorry, 4th of July, New Year's Day. You're talking sometimes it's just a one-off kind of thing. This is
4th of July is usually a weekend.
not when it's on Wednesday, Mass.
Yeah, it is because you take Thursday off.
Well, the summer of Mass,
Yeah, right.
that's different. Every day in the summer is the 4th of July for Mass. Next.
Touchdown! Muskegon!
How integral is football to your day? In other words, is everyone around the TV and that's like the focal point, or is it on in the background sort of as background noise all day? Or are you going to game? Like, is it central to the day or just in the background?
So I'm going to answer this 2 different ways. If I'm just home with my family, just the 4 of us, then it's sort of on in the background. Hopefully there's a good night game because I don't really – for a while you didn't want to watch the Lions or the Cowboys. But there's a good game, Packers, Dolphins. That's a really good game. I'll be invested in that one. I also like football. Like, if you have to do the big family thing or, a couple family stops, having football so you don't have to talk to people that you don't really want to talk to is always clutch.
Bingo. Bingo. Yeah, it's a critical part of the day. You take the football out, I might actually move Christmas Day, not Eve. Christmas Day ahead of it. I like Christmas Day because there's not a lot of, stuff. We just stay at home, open the presents, watch TV. It's good. There's usually some games on. Good NBA game usually. I'm good with that.
It's ultimately central. It starts background, though. That Detroit game, I think I've only half paid attention to for most of my life. But by the time you get to the halftime of the Dallas game in the 4 window, everyone's stuffed watching the game. Now you got the night game, which is great. You're home. You unbutton the pants. You're farting on your couch. That's a central part of the Thanksgiving experience.
There you go,
now.
Murray.
I do love. I think we're gaining valuable insight into Maz's home situation. Next,
7.
What in the traditional meal, the Thanksgiving Day meal, will you not eat? Do you avoid any of this traditional, fare on Thanksgiving?
I'm not a big stuffing guy. I just
Could have fooled me.
Jesus, shots fired. I'm just not a big stuffing guy. Never been into it. It's never quite right. Not a big fan.
I don't avoid any of it, but I'm not a huge turkey guy. Turkey's overrated.
I love turkey.
Yeah, give me the sides all day long. The turkey's kind of
Oh yeah, I heard about you with your side selection.
big deal. Turkey.
The white meat of the turkey. It's
No,
dry. It's pointless. I want the dark meat. And if you can't
Yes.
find dark meat left on the plate, it's because I've taken it all. I don't want the white meat. That stays.
There you go.
Good job.
Murray.
I'll take it all. Well, I'm not picky. I'm not just give it to me. I love it all. I love it all. Put it all on my. I'll take it all at once. But Murray's right about I go dark meat and the white meat is only just for a gesture. Yeah, I'm not really into it, but I'm with you. Next.
Is that right? Is that what the
Yep.
number is?
Sure is.
That's about who he is.
Yeah, so win a playoff game, bum.
If you could share Thanksgiving Day Thanksgiving Day, again, I don't know how it is in your house, but if you could share Thanksgiving Day with any person in football for a full off-the-record day, who would it be? Who would you invite to Thanksgiving Day dinner in football? Name it.
Okay, just to be clear, though, you said eliminating Belichick and
Oh,
Brady.
and I said in my question, take out Brady Belichick to make it a
Okay.
little, think a little harder than that.
Good.
they have to be alive, I would guess. You didn't specify that.
Just do your best here, Greg.
So I went with Nick Saban. If I couldn't have Bill Belichick, that's the next.
Gross.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good off the record and hanging out.
So I treated this as all time, like anybody in NFL history. I went with Jim Brown. I think Jim Brown would be dynamite to talk to, given all the different things he's done in his life, between football, acting, social justice, all of it. Jim Brown.
There's really only two answers to this, both living and dead. Dead, John Madden, because he's fat, funny, and informative. And alive, it's Andy Reid, because he's fat, funny, and informative. It's our best eating holiday, and who wouldn't want to pound food with those two?
Okay, I'll go Rex Ryan on that.
I had him on
He's
my
a good
list.
one, too.
Dead, I wanted Bill Walsh.
Well, I mean, I just think Rex would know a lot of Patriots crap. You know, if I couldn't grill Belichick or Brady all day, I'd ask Rex, and he'd tell me what he knows. Like, we'd get some stuff out of it. You know what I mean? He wouldn't be afraid.
Imagine eating with him and his brother.
Well, that is keep your hands and feet away from the Ryans at all
Definitely
times.
the feet.
Thanksgiving with
The feet. Good one. There you go. All right.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.